Right. The course code is 19BT 31. This is third semester you are studying. IT 12 means IT code, and the course number is 2. So 19BT 312, not 2. Now the prerequisite for this software engineering courses doesn't require anything. So as already you are aware, 40 marks for internal, 60 mark for external. Totally is 100. The credits is 3 for the theory lecture, and the total credits is 3. Lecture hours is 3 for you, right? So before starting this course, let me have a discuss a small why we require this course. Whether must and should we require this course, mandatorily we require this. Madam, madam,
Sir, class ఉందా సార్?
right? So let me discuss the course why we require this. So as most of you are studying IT, the information technology, most of you are going for MNC companies. So in MNC companies, to develop any sort of product or any sort of software you want to develop, we require this software engineering. Software engineering is mainly, the main motive is to develop the software in a systematic way. The definition of software is already you're aware, set of programs will be there. And engineering nothing but when you've done a particular task in a systematic way, then it comes under engineering. If you combine all this one, you are developing a program, developing a software, developing a system in a systematic way to complete a particular task. That task is a dynamic one. Based on the requirement, the task will be vary from point to point, from context to context. Okay. So to do that one, not only the software type, the software means it's not only for computer software, it may be a mechanical software, it may be another, any sort of, or any discipline. If we require, definitely this systematic things we have to follow. So to follow in a systematic way, this course has to introduce. Now before going to be start of any software, before going off any software going to be working on that, definitely we require this software engineering. Now all the steps, we have different phases are available. In each phase we are going to be doing, for example, when you start your day, how you be completed your day, all the activities what you are doing from morning 5 o'clock to the night 10 o'clock, all these sort of activities how you are doing that, each step by step. Like if you take a day, we can divide a day as a three parts: morning, afternoon, evening. The same here also in the software engineering, we have totally 6 to 7 different phases are available, each phase having their individual responsibilities, individual functionality. In each phase we are going to be talking about that. Now this is a small intro part where the software engineering why we require. Now coming to the objectives is, if we're going to be discuss the objective, let me see the description part. What are the concepts we are going to be discussing in total 5 units of our course is the concepts of software engineering, the process models, the conventional versus the agile process models, software requirement engineering process, system analysis, architecture design, user interface design, and re-engineering. The last of talk about the testing and the quality. So these are the total 5 units summarized chapter names. And once you completed the course, you'll be get you'll be get some understanding the fundamental concepts of software engineering and analysis process models. Why we require these concepts is to develop a software system. So you will be, after completion of the first unit, you'll be get some awareness, get some knowledge on the concept, and you can start analyzing where this concept can be applied. For what purpose means to develop a software system. Once we complete the second unit, we'll talk about the requirements and model requirements. What are the minimum requirements when we start working for a particular software, when you start developing further, and what are the different scenarios required further. And third unit talks about you can apply whatever the concepts you learn in the first unit, and also the metrics. for measuring a particular software. Measuring a particular software means what is the cost of that project, how much time it required to execute that project, how much space it is taking to install that your software. All such type of measurements, such type of metrics will be learned in the third outcome. The fourth talk about the different testing strategies. Like when you are completing a program in the laboratory, you will be talk about you are giving different test inputs, right? We are giving input and output. But here in the testing, we are observing multiple test cases. For each test case, we talk about the input and we are observing different outputs. We are not seeing that addition of two numbers means just we are giving 2 and 3. We are saying the answer is 5. Not only that, we are giving a different combinations, minus combinations, alphabetic combinations with integer combinations. All such type of combinations we had to test in all perspective, because your software is going to be using by not only a layman but also educated people, uneducated people, old mans, the young people, all category of peoples are going to using. That's why we had to be test your software in all points. So what are the different test cases and what are the different testings are available, we'll talk about in the CO. The fourth unit talks about the outcome is you can able, after completion of fourth unit, you can able to know what are the different testings are available and techniques are available for testing a software. And the last unit talks about the quality management. That is, you can analyze the risk in the software development, because you are developing a software for the society. So it doesn't have in consisting of any harm to the people who are going to using your software. What are the risk measurements out there? Any revisions is there? Any extensions can be done? All such type of things we'll talk about in the fifth unit. After completion of the fifth unit, you can analyze the risk in the software development life cycle and apply the risk strategies and mitigation. So that's a 5 different outcomes we are having in this software engineering unit. 5 units. Okay. Let me start the unit. So software engineering, come to our course. Now probably this is the online, and if you are just put on the on and you are doing your own works, if you are not catching the points, definitely at the time of examination you'll be faced a lot of problem. Because remember, this is also consisting of the first time the software engineering lab. First time actually it is a PG level courses. The lab is there for software engineering. For UG level, for first time introducing in Vidyaniketan a lab for software engineering. So that's why please try to lab in the sense not developing some program. Software engineering lab means like Java lab, like Python lab. It's not like lab like that. The lab will be a analysis you have to apply. You need to apply some sort of concepts over there. You need to be do some sort of uh, workout for that, and we require some stuff. If you're not understanding the concepts of theoretical, definitely you will face the problem at laboratory point, software engineering. Okay, so I request the all the students, you please try to understand the concept. It's a theory come some little bit of mathematical. So it's not the like subject directly bombarding subject, or any like a mathematical, totally mathematical one, totally theoretical one. So it is a combination. So 70 to 80% is a theoretical, and 10 to 20% is a like a mathematical oriented. Okay, so try to understand the concept and just don't be join this uh, session and you are doing your own work because you're not having any live what the people are doing here. So please try to understand, try to listen the concept, because still you are in a second year and you need to be do a lot of things up to the final year. So software engineering is not a like a shama subject course. It's have some sort of the weightage in all the courses. Okay. So software engineering, we are following for the first unit a book called Software Engineering: A Practitioner Approach. The caption for the textbook is A Practitioner's Approach. The author of this book is Roger S. Pressman. Simply we can call Pressman. Okay, so the publisher is the MC Graal Hill International Edition. So we are using the textbook is 8th edition. So it is freely available in the internet, 2015 version. Okay. Now coming to the first unit, talks about the first unit. It's a software engineering and software process. The total entire chapter talks about. I'll take the pen. Right. Now, total unit name is, name of the unit is software engineering and software process. It consisting of two chapters in this one. Now, let me for today, we'll start the first chapter, chapter 1, a generic view of process. This is the name of the chapter 1 of unit 1. Totally, it consisting of two parts, software engineering, software process. Now, chapter 1 talks about, totally chapter 1 talks about the basic part. As I said in the outcome, first course outcome is the basic concepts which require the terminologies, the synonyms, the keywords. Because this is a new course, to understand clearly, we first of all know what's uh, the things, we can say what's the terminologies we require. When you talk about English, we require some verbs, nouns, what are the things we require to talk about that. In the same fashion, for any course to understand, first of all, we need to understand what's the fonda. Fonda is required for this. So this total entire chapter talks about the fundamentals, the fonda required for this. The topics here is totally 5 topics in the chapter 1. The first topic is the nature of software. Second topic talks about the layers of software engineering. Third topic talks about the software process. And again, the fourth topic talks about the SC practices. And the last topic of the chapter talks about the myths. Okay. So very simple course and very comfortable course. And those really interested in any sort of disciplines, this software engineering course is very important. Okay. Before going to start the topic, actually, let me see some intro part of the software engineering. What actually this chapter talks about? What is it? In the sense, you are developing a computer software. Its purpose of this software is to make working a product. That product may be a mechanical product. That product may be a mobile. That product may be a washing machine. That product may be a TV. That product may be a AC. Whatever it may be. For any type of product, to work that product, we require a computer software. Agree? So who developed this? That software professionals built this software. And how much long it supports? Over a long time. The software is not only for a particular time period, like for 1 week or 2 weeks. Maybe after a 1 month, 2 months, any updates are there. That's why for any software, once you install of software is nothing but in your mobile, it's called as an app. If you are calling as a desktop or laptop, it is called a software. Both are having the same. Their mobile we are calling app. Here we are calling as software. Now, for that, frequently, whenever any changes has done, some patches or some plugins, some updates will becomes, we can update that software. We are not reinstalling the software. We are not extending the software. We are just update that one. Update means adding any extra features or adding any security things we can done. Okay, so a software computer is for the purpose of working a product we are using. Who development software professionals. This software can support over a long time. Now, what a software consisting? It consisting of encompasses a programs that executed within a computer. Now, what is the sizes of any sort of sizes? Whether we required any particular configuration to run our programs, it depends on your software. Any size, any sort of architecture. Size is nothing but not the size of your laptop screen, 11 inches, 14 inches. Not your desktop will be having different sizes. Size in the sense, what is the minimum memory is required to run that. Architecture is nothing but i3 processor or i5 processor, i7 processors with 8th generation, 7th generation, like any sort of architectures. Like you heard about the 8086 microcontrol architectures are there. What of the different about this? much information you will discuss in computer organization course about these architectures, right? And the content that is presented as the computer programs, because what is the content here means, for running of any program we require minimum input to expect some output. That input is called as content, and it consisting gives some information based on if you are giving input, it gives some information that is required. For example, you are entering into the ATM machine, you are inserting the ATM card is a content for that, and how the internal process is done is nothing but your computer software. Now after doing with the anything sort of after inserting the ATM card, you are getting maybe a transaction slip, you are getting some amount, or you are getting some transferring from one account to another account. That output is called as the information. This information may be consisting both hard copy as well as virtual in the sense you'll get hard copy the slip there itself. Virtual means you are getting SMS, or maybe you are getting email. So of any sort of electronic media may be a mobile SMS or email, or any, just you can display it on the screen, right? So this is just called as a software engineering, which required further. In a summarize, see the definition in a summarize of a software engineering. It compasses this a process, a collection of methods is nothing but the practices, and an array of tools that allow who develop the software professional, that software professional allow software professional to build high quality computer software. That is a simple definition for SC. Software engineering is composed, that is encompasses a process, and a collection of methods are available, and also an array of tools. How many things will available in software engineering? Encompasses means like a compass consisting of a process, methods, tools. With the help of these three, any software professional can develop high quality computer software. So to develop a high quality computer software, must and should SC is required. Because to develop any software, what are the minimum prerequisites required is tools are required, methods are required, a process is required. All three there is composed in SC. So that is a weightage of this. Who does this job? As I said you earlier, software professional will done this job. Now also called as software professional, also called as software engineers, right? Why it is important? It is in our daily lives we are totally depending on the systems instead of depending on our own for any sort of works. Whatever the works we are having, that all the works we are going to have dependable on the software itself. You take anything like in the previous olden days, they are working on their own hands, own legs, and own minds. Because of that they are living for a 90 years, 95 years. But now this generation we are totally depending on the logical things, means softwares or system. Because of that we are getting some more lazy for our bodies. Because of that only the lifespan of a human being also be reducing. So in every aspect of our lives, we are using this software. From starting of our wake uping of our day up to the end of our day, all sort of activities, most of the activities, 80 to 90% of the activities we are depending on this software, right? So that's why it is more important. And what are the steps is required in this software engineering? Minimum steps is required in the software engineering is we need to develop, we have need to apply agile. What is the meaning of agile? Agile means any fast changes is required automatically without any delay, doing in a faster way is called as agile. And it should be adaptable process. Apply an agile and adaptable process. Adaptable process means like you have a pen drive for example, that pen drive can be adaptable to anything. Previously it is adaptable to only CPUs, now again it is adaptable for laptop. Now these pen drives are adaptable for our mobiles itself, right, with the help of some portability adapter wires. So it should be adaptable, easily adaptable, so that leads to a high quality result that meets the needs of the people who will use the product. Now apply a software engineering approach. So the minimum steps is we are going to applying an agile adaptive process. For what purpose? So to lead high quality result that meets the needs of the people who will use the product. And again, we are going to have the second step is apply the SC approach. So what's this agile process? How we are going to applying? How we are applying the adaptable process? How will we develop a high quality? That the rest of the topics, whatever we have in the first 2 units, we'll discuss about more about this things. And applying a software engineering approach means entirely whatever we have the 5 units, the total 5 units is called as the approach. Approach is not only one technique. One technique we are directly applying for here, right? It can be how total different approaches for different phases. What is our product? What product here? As I said, to making a condition product, we require software. Now, what is a work product means? Set of programs are available in that, content is available, and also some other products like to run any software. For example, to run your app, only app is not enough to make a working condition of that app. We require a mobile. Not only mobile. Mobile means what? Smart mobile is required. Not only the normal mobile, traditional mobiles is not sufficient to run any app. We require smart mobile. That is called as other work products. This is from the point of software engineering. If you see the point of users work point of what the user is required, what you required only app. You doesn't require how the app is developed, whether Android programming has using the inside or Python has used or Java has used inside that one, how it is working, what is the configuration, doesn't you require. In your point of view, in your means user point of view, only is required is I need to play a game. That's all. Which app I need to install? This app has to install. You can play with this game. That is, you are expecting only the resultant information. You are not bothering about the internal functionality, how it is developed. So, as a software engineering point of level, these are the minimum things need to consider. As a user viewpoint, only the result has to focus. So, who will ensure whether your product is correct or not? As I said, the fifth unit talks about, and fourth also talks about the quality management principle will ensure you that whether your product is up to the mark or not. In software, in MNC companies, we have a graph consisting of a symbols like red, green, blue. Okay. Now, when you develop any software, for example, you develop a software called as S software. And this software, once you develop, your MNC company will be given this software to a tool. They have a proprietary tools, paid tools are there. This tool will generate this graph. If the graph shows more red, immediately your job is gone, right? Because how good you are developing the software is also be matters. If it is shows blue, they will call for a meeting and give a warning to you or give you another chance. If you are getting a green, then your job also safe. The thing here is developing a software means like developing multiple lines of code or using complex things, complex concepts inside that one, and you throw to the market means you need to concentrate the space, how much it is required. It has to be comfortably for any type of mobiles. It has to be comfortable, or for any type of computers, maybe desktops, laptops, has to be comfortable, and the speed also be required. Speed, how much it is, speed, as well as the cost. All these points has to be considered. Only if you are, it takes much space means no one will be interested in your software. If your software taking much time to install, no one will be take care of about that one. If your software to install your software, more configuration is required, nobody will be bothered about that. Nobody will be purchase your software. So all this business perspective also we had to be think before developing that software. So that's why if you are not bothering about the business perspective, then definitely it is a very tough job to sustain in the market of any MNC company, right? So that's why it is very important for developing of such products.